Tingles with Lila. Hello, my tinglelings. I was having a discussion with one of you on one of my videos, and so someone said that they thought I could put you to sleep even if I was just saying random words. And so the challenge was laid down. So what I did is I went to a random word generator. I didn't know the best way to do it, so what I did was I just generated random 7, 8, 9, 10, and I think 11 letter words. So I have 2 pages here. I don't really know how much I'm going to get through. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use them in a sentence type structure. So I'll use lots of the is, by, like that sort of thing. They're going to be my freebie words, but any sort of content words will all be coming from here. So it'll be a big jumbled mess making no sense, but that's what the challenge is. So consider the challenge accepted, and we'll see how sleepy you all can get. The unpromoted, over-hearty Sperantomism is vocabulary unavoiding that perpetrates unobdurate Jawaharlal. The quiescency of gunmanship with the Gameta site has caricature that's sincipital, Harvardian, expellable, redefining. This Websterian judicatory ronkonkoma is empathized and organismic. It's a non-hostile picosecond before rarefiable cathonism will epanaphora nephrolith. The unabducted acrobatics that are reinforced with the providence of tetrabasic erelictus gangliated mineralized malarial Marshalsea. Now, Bransford and the initiatory peroxidize the scabbiness of a bone shaker. The defamatory subacetate ameliorant villanella with calcifying Eleusinian Sahraminir. This pre-decided inculcator Hutchinson Euromarket is loneliness invigilate, the unimbanked interhuman hematology is listerize and permutated psychiatry. Perhaps gynophobia focalizing cross-leaded with ungrateful fematinite renderable subramomic flocculate obscurely hypogenous despotical rotundness. The zooplastic lexicography schoolroom with a victualler with Jelusican Colentra superlocal, cathically, droughtire, elatively, scientific emulsifier. This brightener, tragicomic, flavorous, tungstenic, and neslable, decahedral is actually quite crunchable. The Stadtholder nonfiction Aryanizing effeminize, and the ectocornea petrograph conveniently is actually a hexadehedron. Unmountable sanguinaria susurration with gasconating schematized trellis work. This mollifiable Dharma Sutra semi-radical Ekmagoras is unnominated, uncathartic, and cyclopegia. The super exceed is ravishingly cultishness. The non-vaporous plastic core is unviolet. With non-constant supervision, excurvation, potentiator disunionism, which is reciprocated in non-methodic chrysoiodine. The globularity is unfidgeting. The antecedents re-influence the non-inherent polycrystal Tutankhamun. The undercasing in temporality has methylation that is compassless. But the imbricative, anti-slavery overbalance is a horizonless planetarium. Condolingly, with honey-eyedness, this liturgistic, kinekinic computation somersaults in stillment with quantifying compartment. Aerogenetic and factory-like limitedness, transuranic refaciamento. The letheriferous, paraselenic, non-periodative capitative stereoscopy is avicularian and floriferous. But the Chamberlain is ambidextral with suplacunos, emphasizing crabretomata. This inexplosive flanneling has derangement that is unoppressed and barbarizing. Perhaps the Jabberwocky with the phosphorism is transmuting vicariously diagonalizing with citronenol. The denatration and cis-sarcosis of the Hamida cell is out caroling the Sabbath-like studentless hysiamine. There is a bellows-like gentlewoman with a Hammersmith subelection with pectization unchapleted. which is deceivingly nicotinamide. This flighting myth is excessively and palatably and morbidity unraveling leucamoid. The roundhead ecumenic picolinic reimplant has equester ecosteel. The non-fusion sing-spiel crossbeam is something that terrorized, disguised, and interest Aleptoria. But do not forget the Aleptoria isocratic, Spadumene, Suracarta prostasis, Acetidol outlaunch oddfellow, Truvolo ampleness, with prostite toilfully. Chidingly Euphrates, with rationale, a priority, Hollystone unhurdled. They dentalize and dextrally reclimed the tremolant inundator. The trustite grundiism with semi-angle phalanges is clubbable, bandaging Nixburg. Perhaps a phototube with non-motion and isomerism. Piecewise wineberry is sugar-like. Feinagu mesmerize aesthetics. The amberfish of inebriety, downrange gratifier. This tantalizing post-rider, outlander with masculine prepunish and vulgarize lionesque utriculus. The embrasure is jamstone and also manubrial. It has epistylar porcelain with suffusive non-vinous to recognize impeacher childedis, the unopening underspar, is the plashiest Georgione of ungrasped, climbable, unwatered, attestive, redeveloped, baseliner, repelling. It's untedious and liberating. The Stroughton frugality is unwinning and arresting, with martially dumbfound prospera. This programmed unvariant lithology is amatorial, calcicole, non-inherited federalistic strophanthine, with paroxysmally non-satirical, unoffendable pre-diplomacy. The militantness is semi-peaceful, but non-adoptable, with elocutionist, which is pre-advocated melancholy, with phagocytosis and unsubtleness. The pre-legendary Russellville is inaccessibly cachinnation. Perhaps imperatorial pre-inventive electrophory, or mycobacteria exorcisement with incandescing cobaltamine. The A-chlorhydric is thriftlessly post-critical. The peristrasis is non-adaptable, but chair-manning and unimpartable. Perhaps the pro-reduction and unamericiable extensometer with caramelizing mobilization, or the synonymously vaporimeter linguistical hablimented repolarizing unrecaptured anti-monopoly. With desquamating non-frigidity, the intensifying circulizer is super ethical. Now, to photo engrave with dreadfulness, non-accepting the restrictively hydraulically alphabetizing, with over-laudation, it is anti-realistic and interalveolar to parenthesize pre-pronounced recounseling concernedness. Your determinedly typographical providentness is phlogiantalism. Perhaps at the pre-conference with dentalization and floodlighting, the pre-supervised anthologizing, pre-scholastic, Petropavlovsk infertileness will be post-infective. The innervational madrigalesque Massachusetts is administered with pretermitting photo emission. A solicitorship is over-plentiful, with the avariectomize viduriousness of non-individual discoloration. Now, glossographers are co-educational, with over-potential and disarticulate, immortalizing, xylanthropic, conveyorizing, regerminating figmatropism. The illogicalness of acquirability in a pro-democratic, unspontaneous monothelitism is capaciousness, non-conviction. With a metaphysicist of photonegative country people. But the interepidemic is unfortifiable. Biogeographic, non-synchronic pre-aggression. With econometricable, extemporarily hepasyllabic, undistasteful, unstabilizing, pre-stimulated, with unencompassed, misdiagrammed, persuading fortunateness, the misrehearsing and over-courteous, non-admissible reforecasting is alternatively heterotypical. a volcanologist, intraspinally sectionalized, extrapolatory, super arrogated, unpossessable, justiciarship, but exaggeratedly and affirmatively. This is non-centrable, non-completionist atrociousness, but with uncirculating myohemoglobin, the embrittlement is directionless. With colloquialism that's thrassonically a stereotropism, we have subpentagonal chondrosomal lymphatically wet waters rand. The counterpoison is Goodman, with Gradine and Slander, a jackdaw of picrite birches. The ermines are a subwink of garland, unsawed addressed Columbo, which overlay fructed jawbone souffle. The Ovidian abusage pre-wraps the Sarnoff pectise nemial raccoon with memoirs seedier than sunbeam. The Samoyed burrow, few muse, quarter omias, die style. The bump off joyism is unrowdy, outread with the refuser privily, context callous. Now Austria outled the folios Nicaean Mayfair, but Coronas, lustful though he was, had melanin remodel the antbird, and the canier was treeing Wamafu. The sarcoid is fidgety with a malaria finback. The Alodia cajoled a mative Faustus as an adopter covered with a solace wryneck. The Hancock dialing send-off opercle had ebonite boson scotism. Now you'll love the calcycle Mordvin redwood moo with Alsman Benamid Messine. But this is nothing compared to the Corinne Preship Roselle. With sausage and romaines, a ligner palopia, with a license for parodic foretop. Now, if a mythship of tribune is cropper and a dietary tracery, should remount inwoven excusers, then a similar hotshot with barless multiradical thermotactic is neurotically astonishment. A medievalist with paragraphism, exophthalmos, and trustfulness. The ironicness and the wrinkledness of this notification is outdone only by the favoredness of dishonored, non-submerged semi-vitreous stinginess. Consequently, thiocinamine is unmasterable. The uncelestial, unmodulative, resurrective is, irregardless of the periodontics, immaterially miscalculate. Let us have pre-enjoyment, pitilessness, and calentarata, with tantization, with non-pleadable apollistism, which is expostulated in assimilating and thronizing. Now, with unsurfeiting, exterminated, the unaccessible congratulant as an overreaction. But the basidospore is over-truthful in its gloriousness. But our orthodontist will have the gynecocracy in a post-necrotic thing.